Have you heard of agility? I know you've definitely heard about Scrum, but so many people conflate the two terms and they are definitely not the same thing. We're going to shake this video up actually now by starting with an activity this time. So here's a scenario for you. A CEO has come to you and said, hey, I heard someone talking about agility the other day. It sounded good and something that we should use. Can you tell me some more? I want you to prepare a 2-minute explanation to this CEO about what agility is. Make sure you don't just prepare the explanation, deliver it to the screen. You'd be surprised how often Scrum Masters get asked what agility actually is and can't explain it. If you aren't sure, go away, find some blogs and some videos, absorb some external information and summarize it in your own answer. Pause the video now. So you've just prepared and presented your 2-minute explanation to the manager. Did you mention sprints? A product backlog? If you didn't, great job. Agility and Scrum are intricately related, however, there is a very distinct difference between the two. One aspect of agility is the ability of a team or organization to pivot towards value when needed without significant waste and overhead. Now, that isn't to say that you stop doing what you're doing and immediately move on without finishing. Any fool can focus on the next shiny thing. Agility is about the tactical, timely, and impactful change of your team's focus. Importantly with this activity, when you talk to CEOs or senior managers about agility and Scrum, they typically don't care whether you're using a 2-week sprint or the fact that you meet every day for 15 minutes in a daily Scrum. They care about the value that is being delivered to their customers and consequently, the return on investment. So when talking about agility, it's nice to talk about things such as your time to market, which is how fast can you take a requirement and get it into the hands of a user. Agility also helps create the ability to innovate, creating the space for your team to identify new possibilities in the market that you can exploit. If you say your team is agile, what you are actually talking about is their mindset. And if being agile is their mindset, then Scrum is a way of demonstrating and being that mindset. Scrum is about doing, and over time its effect is to generate business agility. Scrum improves business agility because of its ability to impact on visibility, ability to change, business value, and risk. In a Scrum team, the frequent inspection points in the form of the daily Scrums, ad hoc refinement, team collaboration, and end-to-end management of the development all serves to maintain a high level of visibility, both internally and externally. When compared to other frameworks, the increased transparency is apparent and enables greater opportunities to leverage an empirical feedback loop. When it comes to ability to change, the short time boxes of Scrum events and holistically the sprint itself, which is less than 1 calendar month, minimizes the risk of lost investment. Imagine a team went away thinking they understood your requirement, but 6 months later came back with it completely wrong. That's a big waste of investment. In Scrum, the Scrum team and stakeholders get together at least once per sprint, so the risk of error is capped at 1 sprint. If things go wrong, you can fix them quickly, so that the ability to change remains high in Scrum. Business value is another area where Scrum supports agility. Sometimes you don't need to produce something perfect. A simple solution is enough and often costs a lot less. Let's take a fictitious requirement of someone wanting to have a timer to measure how long a process takes. Great, the developers think, and they disappear for 6 months. They come back with a smartphone. But I only wanted to time how long it takes to boil an egg to be cooked, the user says. This might sound stupid, and to be honest it is, but I'm sure you've all got examples in your own practice where people got the wrong idea and made the wrong thing. There will always be ambiguity in requirements, so Scrum helps by putting a usable increment in front of your users at least once per sprint to check, hey, are we getting this right for you? Remember, a product is only valuable if a customer will actually use it. There is no value in creating something that no one will ever use. And the final area to talk about is how Scrum supports risk management. As with business value, ability to change, and visibility, putting working product in front of users is powerful. Over time, you get closer toward the end goal, and with every piece of valued feedback, every inspection and adaptation, you lower your risk because you know you're on the right track and you aren't wasting your time. So that's it for this section. Scrum and agility are not the same. Scrum is a way of doing or being agile, and its framework supports and enhances agility through its values, events, and empirical feedback loop.